received a message on Ravelry from a user who wanted to know if there was a difference in the fit between my two patterns, the relaxed tee and the coloring book tee. At first glance, yes, the coloring book tee and the relaxed tee might seem incredibly similar. However, since the coloring book tee came out in 2022, I learned so much and I have been constantly improving my craft and continuing to build up my confidence and learn information from knitters on what they need and what they want. I'm one of those people who hopefully will never stop learning until the day I die. And the relaxed tee having just come out this year, 3 years is a really long time between patterns, so let's see what I learned in the 3 years in between. Difference number one, the neckline on the relaxed tee is much more refined than the neckline on the coloring book tee. On the coloring book tee, the front neck drop is achieved with short rows, but today I prefer to do it with just worked flat back and forth and then cast on stitches in the middle of the neck to join the front. I think this really results in a really smooth and beautiful neckline, and it's a little bit more generous also in the lower sizes. I've really kind of zoned in and zoomed in and really refined the fit and consistency of the neckline fit across all my sizes over the years. And when I designed the coloring book tee in 2022, I thought people wanted a ton of space in the underarms. This was kind of the amount of armhole length that everybody was designing with at the time, and I kind of followed along with the crowd, because I didn't have a really strong belief in what would work for my customers and what my customers wanted. And it does result in a pretty roomy tee, as you can see. Previously, I thought of knitting and sewing as two separate things, but since then, I've really started to apply more sewing principles to my knitting pattern design practice. And I know from sewing that more armhole ease actually means less range of motion. That's a separate video, but that's the gist of it, and now I design with much less armhole ease so that everybody can have a full range of motion. The relaxed tee has a wider front than a back at the chest because most of my customers are people with breasts. It's a more comfortable fit, and the full bust circumference is achieved by having different front and back measurements, and that way your front is fully covered and your back doesn't have a lot of excess fabric. And finally, the way that I graded this S-shaped curve is very different in the relaxed tee than it is in the coloring book tee. I just thought it would be really interesting for me to tell you all about the ways that I've evolved and changed and learned as a designer, and I hope that this was helpful to you in understanding how I think about patterns. Next time, we will talk about the most requested topic I have, which is lengthening and shortening entire sweaters for tall and petite people, and how it is not just as simple as lengthening the body or shortening the body only. If you're interested in seeing more videos about fit and my knitting design philosophy, please don't forget to follow us, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.